I'm Graham Pass, Chairman of the West Berkshire Partnership. We believe that local services are essential to everybody. In West Berkshire, we believe these services can be delivered more effectively if well coordinated. That's why we've created the West Berkshire Partnership, to bring together local councils, the health services, the police, the fire services, local business community and voluntary organisations, as well as others. With a clear understanding of the challenges we face over the long term, this partnership has launched a strategy so that organisations working together can better meet real needs of the people of West Berkshire. The first part of this video paints a picture of West Berkshire, the place and its people, highlighting the defining characteristics of the district, from rural Lambourne in the west through Newbury and Thatcham to the more urban east of Tilehurst, Calcott, Purley and Pangbourne. The second part of this video goes on to look at the challenges we face over the long term and shows how the strategy, which we've called A Breath of Fresh Air, aims to tackle them.
We're here at junction 13 of the M4, which lies in the centre of West Berkshire. Indeed, it actually lies in the centre of southern England. Around 15 miles up the road here towards Swindon lies the southwest region, while 50 miles to the east here lies London and on the way the Thames Valley. Our location, literally on the edge of the southeast region alongside the southwest, is one of the key defining elements of West Berkshire. We have the economic strength of the Thames Valley, but at the same time a richness in the countryside that is often characteristic of the southwest. Junction 13 is a very good example of West Berkshire's strategic location. We have the M4 running between London and Bristol and South Wales, and at the same time the A34, which links the south coast with the South Midlands. Together they demonstrate the ease with which one can get to West Berkshire and also the relative ease with which you can get around the district, although it has to be said with some ease if you have a car. Our strategic location is not just limited to roads. Heathrow lies around 40 miles away and can be reached within less than an hour. We also have two major railways running through the district. The first, the London to South Wales line, runs along the Thames Valley to the north. The second, the London to Penzance line, runs through the Kennet Valley with a number of stations in West Berkshire. West Berkshire has a population close to 150,000 and continues to grow at a rate below the national average. The population profile is also close to the national average, slightly younger, particularly within the 30 to 40 age group. In common with the rest of the country, the population is ageing, with a significant increase expected over the next few years in the number of over 65s and a slight reduction in the number of under 18s. Like much of the Thames Valley, the economy here in West Berkshire is very strong. Economic activity rates, in other words the number of people who are in work, are very high. Indeed, they are above the regional average. Unemployment is also very low, although there are certain parts of the district where it is somewhat higher than we would like. West Berkshire also has a very mixed economy with a strong and buoyant manufacturing sector. Indeed, the proportion of people working within the manufacturing sector in West Berkshire is above both the Berkshire and regional average. Along with that, we have a large number of businesses operating in the district, some 6,500, which has increased by around 10% since the beginning of the decade. And one interesting statistic is there are significantly more, about 2,000 more businesses operating in West Berkshire than next door in Reading. Although we do have a large number of small and medium-sized businesses, we also have some pretty big firms. The Atomic Weapons Establishment in Aldermaston and Burfield employs around 6,000 staff. Vodafone here in Newbury employs around a further 4,000, and West Berkshire Council employs a similar number. To the west, the racecoursing industry employs around 1,000 staff, and to the east, around Theale, there are significant employers like Arlington Securities, KPMG and Walker Foods. West Berkshire has good schools, and as a result, educational attainment is well above the national average. And we have a policy of protecting small schools, particularly those in the rural community. A growing population and a growing economy mean that we need to build more houses. At present, we're constructing around 500 houses per annum. House prices, however, are a major issue in West Berkshire. They're above both the national and regional average. And as a result, affordable housing is a major local issue. At present, we have over 3,000 people waiting to be housed in the district. In response to that, we're building around 150 new affordable homes each year. Although West Berkshire has a crime rate below that of many of our Berkshire neighbours, crime has been increasing here since 2005. There has now been a small reduction since October 2006. However, the main issues here in West Berkshire remain criminal damage, burglary, assault and vehicle crime. Most of the crimes actually take place along the Kennet Valley, between Newbury and the east of the district in Theale and Calcott. Crime remains the biggest issue for local residents in West Berkshire. It's currently cited as the #1 issue to resolve in terms of improving local quality of life. Life expectancy is above both the regional and national average. The main causes of death are coronary heart disease, stroke and cancer. Having said that, a high number of teenage conceptions and childhood obesity are issues in some parts of the district. Social deprivation is also an issue. In areas such as Greenham, Clayhill, Calcott and Lambourne, there are real issues in terms of educational attainment and household income levels. In other parts of the district, deprivation can be quite hidden. In the rural areas, isolation is an issue, and even in some of our most affluent areas, there are pockets where deprivation is quite prevalent. We've already talked about the wealth and diversity of West Berkshire's countryside. Over 75% of the district is designated as an area of outstanding natural beauty. We also have a large number of sites of special scientific interest and a wealth of wildlife heritage sites. Culture forms an essential part of community life here in West Berkshire. From traditional activities such as museums and theatres to the less formal such as leisure centres, libraries and outdoor pursuits. There are a range of factors, notably the economy and the environment, that bring West Berkshire together as one place. However, you can also identify 3 distinct areas within the district. The first of these is the Kennet Valley. This runs from Hungerford in the west all the way through to Theale in the east. It is where most people in West Berkshire live, and it is also where most of the economic activity takes place. There are good transport links running all the way through the valley, including the A4, the London to Penzance Railway and the Kennet and Avon Canal. As this is the area where most of the population is concentrated, it is also where some of the most challenging social issues are facing the district. Along the eastern fringe of the district lie the suburban settlements of Calcott, Tilehurst and Purley. Around 35,000 people live here. The area is predominantly residential and looks towards Reading, and as a result there is good access to a range of facilities both within West Berkshire and Reading. The rest of the district, known as the Downlands, is rural in nature and by comparison has a relatively dispersed population. Facilities can be limited and transport provision is often quite scarce. Rural isolation can become a particular issue in this area.
The second part of this video goes on to look at the challenges we face over the long term and shows how the strategy, which we've called A Breath of Fresh Air, aims to tackle them. We would very much value your views to help us develop the strategy even further.